What's this I hear about a unicorn, man?
Man, I don't know. I keep hearing about these unicorn spirits. I don't know that I've ever had one. Oh, but we got BJ here today, and maybe he can enlighten us a little bit.
There you go.
Let's do it.
People,
What's up, Doc?
How we be? I'm Brent.
I'm Fahred.
We are
the Spirits Brothers.
Plus one.
We still have BJ Reed with us
He's still
today.
here with us with something called a uni something or something like that.
It's not a unicycle.
It's not. It's a uni. well, what is it then?
Somebody told me something about a unicorn spirit.
Oh, okay.
And I've been drinking Johnny Walker, so I don't know what a unicorn spirit is. BJ, what you got for us today, and tell us if it qualifies as a unicorn spirit.
Well, you guys will have to be a judge of that.
Okay.
This is a bottle from Bunnahabhain Distillery, which is on the Isle of Islay. Historically, Bunnahabhain is not peated, which is unusual in Iowa. The story behind this one is that we were over there in 2001, and it was our second trip to Scotland, and we wanted to make sure we went to Islay again, so we did. And the distillery manager at the time was a guy named John McLaughlin, and John was salt of the earth and wonderful guy, and he personally toured us around, which is unusual even at that time for distillery managers to take on a tour. They have tour people that do that. And John took us through and he was an Iowa man, as they call him, because he was born and raised in Iowa. So this is the time in the late 90s, early 2000s. There were not shops. There were not big displays, and you might find a manager's office if you were lucky. And this was a second floor office for John and the staff, and he took us up there. And the only thing they had on the wall, and they had it on a big shelf, was this bottle of Bunnahabhain. And it was for 100 pounds, and we said, gosh, that's a lot of money. What did we know? And he said, well, this was distilled in 1998, and in our case it was bottled in 01. I saw this one was bottled in 02. It's a sherry whiskey. It was distilled when Apollo, I can't remember which Apollo 8 was circling the moon. This is before they landed, and it was Christmas, December 25th, something like that, of 1998.
You saying 1998? What is this 1968 on the bottle?
I mean 1968.
Oh,
I misspoke. It's 1968.
1968.
Yeah. I was, it's only 3 years old. What was I thinking? Yeah, 1968. So it's called Old Acquaintance. They have now come out with a new bottling. They only had 400 bottles of it called New Acquaintance, which is a French oak cask, which I bought it. It was a lottery that the distillery had, and I got a bottle of it. But anyway, so we tasted it, and I think everybody on the trip just fell in love with it. And so that's a bit of the history. The other funny thing is the internet was down, and they had to hand swipe all the credit cards, and it took us an hour and a half to get out of there. But anyway, that's the history of this bottle.
So this is distilled in 1968, is that right?
Correct.
And what's your understanding of when it was bottled?
It was bottled in 01. Our bottle, this one was 02, but the other one I have was bottled in 01. And
so it's like 32 years?
Yeah, it's...
So this is a 32-year Bunnahabhain distilled in 1968.
Yeah.
Now, wait. Now I think I understand what people mean when they talk about a unicorn, because this is something that you won't see or have the opportunity to enjoy.
It's unfamiliar bottling and stuff like that. I mean, all the Bunnahabhain bottles that I've seen don't look nothing like that.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Let's get on some nose here.
Yeah, I can't hardly wait.
Yes.
That's my first.
Cheers.
My first unicorn. This is nosing.
Nose.
Oh wow. See, the first thought, and I realize this doesn't make sense from a linguistic standpoint, but this smells elegant. I don't know how to make people understand what I mean when I say that, but it smells like it's going to taste like an elegant spirit. I haven't tasted it, but it smells just very elegant.
It's light.
One of the things that is interesting about bottles that were distilled in '68 and certainly that were bottled in the early 2000s is this one's bottled a little over 46 ABV, and that's very unusual in the early 2000s. Almost all the bottles were 40 or 43 ABV.
Oh, so this was heavy back then.
This was very very unusual to have a bottle with the proof that this one is.
So I'm not picking up any peat at all.
No
peat or smoke, but I am picking up. But I am picking up a little sherry though.
Oh, you should. Yeah, it is sherry.
BJ. We still on nose, bro.
Like, I can't wait. So you need to catch up, huh?
I would say, you know, as humbly as I can. That's your.
Well, let's get on some taste here.
Kevin, he said that's my problem.
Let's get on some taste here.
Look, when we have to move this along,
we gotta catch up to BJ.
I'm not waiting. Come on. I've had, you know, the nose is sherry, but it's not overwhelming.
No, it's not a sherry bomb, but
No, it's
I was
not a
picking
sherry
up some
bomb.
sherry.
Color is terrific.
That's unique.
It's just, it's light.
It is light.
It is. It doesn't punch you in the face, but it's smooth. It's just.
It's tasty. It's light, but I don't know that I would consider this delicate though.
The taste?
Yeah. Well, just you know.
It's not light enough to. It's light, but it's not. It's not.
It's almost like I got a little bit of oak in here too, or something. I'm not sure what that is. Especially on it's got a lingering long aftertaste to it too, with a different note to it.
This is stumping me in terms of describing it. I mean, it's kind of like different.
It's dry.
It is dry.
It is dry.
That's good.
It is. It does have a nice finish, but it's not an overwhelmingly long finish. It stays there for a while. I think the fact that it's dry, it doesn't overwhelm you with the fruit, but it's there.
It's there.
It's just a nice balance. One of the things I found about sherry whiskeys, and I mentioned this earlier, that it can lack complexity because it'll just hit you, you know, in the face, and you can't get nuance out of a lot of sherry whiskey. You can get fruits and those sort of things, but I would not call most sherry whiskeys complex. I would say this one has more complexity than most sherries. And this probably was a first fill sherry cask.
You think so?
But it's 32 years old, so
it's calmed down.
Yeah, and or it could be second or third fill for that matter. But it's clearly got the color that you would expect in a sherry whiskey, but it doesn't hit you over the head.
I'm getting some citrus or something there too.
Could be.
Could be. It's interesting.
I don't know. I'd have to do more research on it to know whether or not there was more than that there were oak barrels, or not oak barrels, but bourbon barrels mixed in with this. I don't know the answer to that question.
So, so the origination of this bottle with this piece of blue tape you got on here, just got $380 on here. So what's the story about that?
Well, when the Dell was closing the last time, they put their open bottles up for sale.
Okay.
And so I negotiated. I negotiated a couple of bottles. This was one of the ones that was pretty high on my list. They had a 25-year-old Aberlour that I really wanted to get. There were a couple of others that, and one that I got, it was a Claretwood Glenmorangie 25-year-old, and those are long gone.
Okay.
And I have a full bottle of that. I have not opened, but I wanted a drinking bottle.
There we go. So that's
And-
what we're doing, and thank you. So
Yeah.
at the $380, and it was a little less than, say, you say half full. What would you say this bottle's going for whiskey exchange right now?
Oh, thousands of dollars. I don't know how many thousands of dollars, but
Okay.
mainly because you just
Can't get it.
Can't
Yeah.
get it,
Yeah.
and it's one of the highest.
Well, we got it right here today.
Yeah.
Thank you, BJ. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is
Very,
wonderful,
very,
wonderful.
very, very interesting. Well, people, you saw us here. We were hitting the unicorn. The unicorn. We finally saw one and had one in the studio here with us. Hey, if you like what you saw, hit the like button.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Comment.
Hit us up. Talk to Kevin. Let him know what you think. We appreciate it. We out.
We out.